It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Good evening, sports fans. This is 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny Smith. Moments away, it'll be the Sacramento Kings going up against the Golden State Warriors. And for Golden State, coming into tonight, a couple of goals they have. Stay aggressive on both ends, but also play with efficiency. It's a delicate balance, but they know it's the key to playing their best ball. And tonight, we'll watch De'Aaron Fox' tremendous speed and quickness, even when compared to other point guards, Shaq.
You know, the point guard position in the NBA is stronger than it's ever been. Irons sharpens irons, so I think it'll be special.
Yes, he's speed, and speed does kill. He's a competitor.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Thing to get started. Thanks for joining us as we get set to bring you NBA basketball on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan, and joining me tonight, Chris Webber and Greg Anthony, with our Hall of Famer David Aldridge reporting from the sideline. Two conference rivals, C-Web, squaring off tonight. A little extra. You can feel it riding on this one.
Oh, yeah. You know how the conference rival games go. These games can mean a lot at the end of the season. We're talking about playoff seeding, tiebreakers, all that good stuff. And there's never been anything wrong, in my opinion, with a little mutual dislike. I mean, there are no friends when you step between these lines.
Now, Golden State's starting five. Curry and Thompson are the 1 and the 2. The talented forward pair of Durant and Green at the 3 and the 4. And it's Cousins in at the center position.
Because of his quick release, so difficult to close up space on Curry.
The shot by Cauley Stein, no good.
Not pretty. You just got to shake off a miss like that.
Thompson with the bucket.
They've come out the locker. His eye. 4 for 4 to start tonight.
To the inside. And Hield with the basket on the assist by Fox. Hield's got his first basket.
Oh, this is what smart point guards do. Fox is adept at realizing the defense's mistakes and exploiting them.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, I had a chance to talk with head coach Dave Yeager. He knows they're up against the team that plays best when it can get to the front of the rim. So the number one concern defensively is coming over to help to cut off drives and cutting down all lanes to the hoop. Kevin will see who imposes their will upon the other.
Thank you, David. First quarter of play with about a minute and a half gone. Poke loose. It's stolen by Curry. Goes up, and the jam by Steph Curry.
Starting to surge here, and we're only in the first quarter.
And it's happening at both ends, trying to end this thing before it begins.
Kings have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. And you think about how the Warriors attracted Kevin Durant to the team and all these all-stars coexisting. It doesn't always work like that, does it?
No, and I give a lot of credit to Steph Curry, a 2-time league MVP, but he never lets his ego get the best of him. His good-natured calm and sense of serenity kind of set the tone and maybe balance a bit of what Draymond brings to the locker room.
Now here's Curry. 8 points for him. And the Warriors tack on 2 more.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
And it's Bogdanovich in the corner. Here's Cauley Stein, and yes, it's good. Cauley Stein's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Oh, man, the relentless pursuit of the basketball by Cauley Stein. Just a tremendous hustle on the offensive play.
And an intentional foul right there.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
And some changes here for the Kings. Zach Randolph's checked in for Cauley Stein. Jackson comes in for Buddy Hield. And Farrell subbed in for De'Aaron Fox. The Warriors also with a sub. Iguodala's checked in. Curry, good.
And from the opening tip, they just crushed it. You see it now on the scoreboard.
Yeah, particularly on offense, where they've been completely in sync. Terrific first quarter.
Now here's Jackson. Knocked away. Bogdanovich against Green. 4 on the clock.
That's the second foul. Now they might really go at him. I mean, try to get a third foul and force him to sit on the bench. Bogdanovich, a great understanding of how to play the game of basketball. That IQ, that confidence, very valuable to this young Sacramento team.
Sacramento making a switch here. Labissiere's checked in, and then for Golden State. Bailey's checked in for Green, and McCaw is subbed in for Klay Thompson. The Kings trail by 11. So the Kings called timeout. They're first. Curry with a strong contribution so far in this one.
Oh, he's tearing them to shreds, and I'm sure the only thing they're talking about in this timeout is what to do about it.
McLemore's checked in for Bogdanovich. And the Warriors also making a change. Livingston's checked in. Randolph kicks to Jackson. Inside, Labissiere. It's rebounded by Livingston.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over it.
Got that bucket in no time at all.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
Here's Farrell after the made shot from Andre Iguodala. And Labissiere throws it down.
Oh, when Labissiere is that close to the bucket, I mean, the D is done for. Light
shoots it. And there are the Warriors now with another bucket.
And offensively, they've done a great job here of staying in rhythm.
Yeah, of the two teams, they're taking the more makeable shots. Let's see if they can sustain it throughout the game. Well, the location of that assist was awesome. That was a sweet pass.
Here's Livingston. Another 3 for Golden State.
And the defense is in disbelief here. Triple after triple.
Pass to Randolph. Wide open. And there are the Kings with another bucket.
Oh, that's just a plus play. Randolph in the catch and shoot. Pretty confident when he squares up.
And so it's Golden State with it. A 12-point game. And the basket is good.
Yeah, I mean, he's been orchestrating all game at a high level.
And you see defensively, when they try to patch something up, he exploits a different weakness.
The Kings have gone 3 of 4 at the free throw line tonight.
And talking about last season, this team hit just 74% of their free throws. I'm sure they were hoping for better than that.
And what a tremendous career for Zach Randolph. He hit some bumps early on, but he's played with tremendous consistency throughout his time in the league.
It's been all about Stephen Curry for the Golden State Warriors. And it was from three-point range where he did the most damage. He knocked down 3 in that quarter. We've got more. Steph Curry talks about what makes Coach Steve Kerr so unique as they balance winning with the big picture.
He genuinely cares about what's going on in our lives and our families, and basketball-wise, I think he's really opened my eyes to the perspective of just how you run a team, but that life is obviously a lot bigger than basketball. There's a nice little, I guess, marriage of those two that you can enjoy.
That's a good way of putting it, isn't it? At the end of the day, life is bigger than basketball.
And Steve Kerr shows that. I mean, he cares about his players, his staff. Beyond that, he cares about the country and the world around him.
And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And a very convincing performance here from the Warriors so far.
Through that first one, they've turned this thing into a track meet.
Well, I'll tell you what, when you allow them to speed up the tempo, there's a good chance you're going to fall behind.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. On the court right now for the Kings, we've got Labissiere. Farrell is out there with Ben McLemore. Then there's Jackson, and it's Randolph in at the 5. We talk about players working hard, also being smart. I'm sure there are some training methods, C-Web, that you think translate well to success on the court.
Good nutrition has become more and more popular. That, along with rest and then cardio, you must be in shape because the game and the pace of the game is so much faster. So, yes, you have to be smart in your training methods, especially for your recuperation, especially for your rehabilitation. If there's any injuries, you want to try to stay fresh while you're giving your all. And that's tough, especially back-to-back in an 82-game season. That can be tough, but it's something that you must focus on, and that's your health.
I can only imagine. Leaps for it. Out of bounds. Golden State takes possession. Some changes for Sacramento. Deontay Davis is checked in for Randolph. Hield comes in for Justin Jackson. And De'Aaron Fox subbed in for Yogi Ferrell. Kevin Durant's checked in for the Warriors. Got that one up quick. Livingston's got 6 here in this quarter.
Yeah, they're relying on their three-point shooting and getting pretty good results.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, the Kings signed some quality vets last season, but when the losses piled up, they decided to go young. Now, the focus is on development. The veterans still have a role, providing steadying presence on the court and in the locker room. Kevin?
David, it certainly is a balancing act. Thanks for that report. Some changes for Sacramento. Willie Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for Skal Labissiere. And it's Bogdanovich in for Ben McLemore. And then for Golden State, Green, he's checked in for Iguodala. Klay Thompson comes in for Patrick McCaw. And it's Stephen Curry in for Sean Livingston.
And Bell is on a mission to show how special he can be. An athletic, energetic forward who plays with a real passion.
Jordan Bell, the Pac-12 Defensive Player of the Year, helped lead Oregon to the Final Four. And C-Web, he said he patterned his game after Draymond Green.
Well, there's a lot of similarities to their game. I mean, I'll give you a different name. Ben Wallace, Detroit's 4-time Defensive Player of the Year. Another great role model for Bell as he looks to reach his potential.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Now a timeout called by Sacramento.
Yeah, you can sense he wasn't happy with how things are going here. Probably looking to change it up a bit.
Well, you have to review your matchups, make sure you're maximizing the potential of each one.
And there's a minute 45 left in the first half. Outside, Davis. Here's Hield. Softly drops in the floater. Hield's got his second basket of the game.
But looking more active inside Hield. It's important that he keeps looking to score close to the bucket.
And the basket by Curry.
That's a dozen straight points coming off the triple.
It's Bogdanovich on the wing. They get it back. Davis, the pass to Hield. And that one falls, coming off of Davis's feed. Hield's got 4 points now in the quarter.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
And it's good, 2 points. And the Warriors lead by 15.
You got to try to cut Curry off. That's how he makes you pay for it quickly.
And Cauley-Stein pulls it down.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board. And I don't mean style points.
And when you get this kind of shooting from him, 100% from the field, they're going to be tough to beat.
Stolen by Durant. Curry finds Durant. And Davis sends it back. And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed in the second quarter of play. And oh, Oh, here we go with Green. Nobody back.
Right there, that's not even fair. Durant just showing off his quickness and length on the defensive end. He gets the steal to jumpstart the fast break.
The Kings trail by 18. Bogdanovich passes to Fox. Stolen by Thompson. Jumps up, and Thompson throws it down.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at both ends. Steals, fast break buckets, and the other team in scramble mode.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Took the opportunity when he saw it. Hield's got 8 points.
I like the confidence from Hield. Fantastic at transitioning from dribbling to shooting. So quick.
Curry outside. Another three for Golden State.
Yeah, great outside shooting, really fueling this run.
And there's the call on Klay Thompson. That's his 3rd foul of the game. Randolph looking around. And stolen by Cousins. And Thompson launches it from deep. And another three for Golden State.
And what about the quick hands of Cousins? Sure, he's an offensive juggernaut, but he also keeps his eyes open for steals as well.
And so it's the Golden State Warriors finishing the quarter up by a whopping 20.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Coach Dave Yeager. Coach, what is going to be the focus offensively going into the second half?
Well, we try to go inside. That's our strength anyways. And for us, our bread is buttered inside, so we try to play high-low. And then if the threes come out of that, great, but we want to try to get everything to the rim.
Coach, it all starts with that entry pass to the big, and then everybody plays off of him. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the 3rd quarter.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, folks. Good to have you back. Ernie Johnson with Kenny the Jet Smith and the Big Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal. Welcome to the NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. The first half was all about Stephen Curry. He ended up with 26 points and 2 steals. We were talking about him after his last game, and now tonight we're seeing that same level of intensity. Taking a look at the Warriors, Kenny, what'd you think?
Well, their field goal percentage is a number that jumps off the page. May I say it, Shaq-like?
That's a good one.
Seriously, they're incredibly efficient shooting the basketball, and I don't think they settle for any bad shots. And you're never going to go wrong with that strategy.
Shaq, how do you think Sacramento played?
Well, the bottom line, they got to defend the three-point line much better. They were concentrating all their effort into.
And that's a wrap for our halftime show, the 3rd quarter.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. Curry has been sensational.
His points production thus far, off the charts. It's only been 2 quarters, just a great effort for him for the entire half.
Yeah, right. The defense hasn't had an answer for this guy yet. Just too skilled, too driven thus far.
And on the floor for Steve Kerr as we get into the second half. Thompson and Durant fill out the perimeter. Down low, it's Green and Cousins. And it's Curry in at the 1 spot. And for Sacramento, they're shooting the lights out in this one, 77%. And you talk about that quick twitch athletes have. De'Aaron Fox is a blur in the lane. Chris definitely an attack guard.
Oh, yeah, and it's not just his quickness, Kevin. I mean, it's his mentality, his aggressiveness. He's very competitive. He wants to impose his will on the game, and I love that.
To the inside, here's Cauley Stein. Good, and a nice assist from Fox. Fox has got 5 assists in the game. Lets the 3 fly, and another 3 for Golden State.
Man, the triples keep falling, guys. That's 3 in a row.
And about a minute of action so far in the 3rd quarter. Hield, and too long on the shot.
Well, that's their first miss after hitting 3 in a row to start the half. I mean, I guess it had to happen sometime.
On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, it is the era of positionless basketball, but how exactly did we get here? Well, new defensive rules at the turn of the century encouraged face-up scoring, motion-based offense, and guard play over isolation and post-ups. As a result, offensive roles have become more interchangeable.
It has become a positionless game now. David, thank you very much.
Oh, no doubt that Buddy Hield can shoot with the best of them. It's encouraging watching him share the wealth as well.
And how about the last 5 made shots have all been threes? The defense is just giving up a barrage.
Now a timeout called by Sacramento. Greg, as we know, Buddy Hield, a Wooden Award winner in Oklahoma.
I mean, he grew from nothing. His returns in the Bahamas. His first hoop of Grady nailed to some plywood. Couldn't even afford the nails. Had to find those. So from there to here, what an incredible journey.
Here's what Sacramento's going with right now. Labissiere is checked in for Cauley Stein. McLemore has come in for Bogdan Bogdanovic. And Farrell subbed in for Buddy Hield.
And look, D has to be talking out there. They can't make threes that easy for them.
Curry gets the bucket.
And defensively, you have got to extend to their shooters. They have been on fire this half.
Yeah, they've been tremendous from beyond the arc. It's a shift from what they did in the first 2 quarters.
Banked in off the glass. Curry's got 43 points.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
Down low, it's stolen by Green. Pass break, here we go. And there's DeMarcus Cousins on the assist by Curry.
Such a smart read by Curry. He has an uncanny ability to know whenever one of these guys is open.
To the paint, there's McLemore, and the dunk by McLemore.
Those passes into the paint have to be precise, just like that.
It's up a 3, and another 3 for Golden State.
Having a lot of trouble stopping the three-point shot.
The Kings have gotten nearly everything to drop this quarter. They're 7 of 8 from the floor since halftime. Here's Farrell. Lays it up off the glass. Farrell's got 5 points now in the quarter.
No, that's some fancy ball handling right there. Since when does he take guys off the dribble?
This is an amazing run he's on. It's like he's been the only guy on the floor this quarter.
Knocked loose. Curry with the steal. And here we go with Curry running it up the court. Here's McCaw. And the shot goes down. McCaw has got his first points in this one.
And it's about the tempo, guys. It favors them. And just look at that score.
Well, that's where they have the advantage tonight. They're just a better team in transition.
Here's Farrell. Good, and a nice assist from Fox.
We know Fox can score, but it's important that he develops his floor awareness and passing.
And again.
And he's up to 52 points.
Yeah, making it GA look all too easy right now. After showing some promise in his first few seasons, it seems Ben McLemore, C-Web, is at a crossroads.
Yeah, he's had a hard time making a sustained impact on the floor. He wasn't drafted to the best situation. He gives good hustle while he's on the floor, but it's hard to notice anything else. It's hard to be a rotation player when there isn't anything you can offer at a high level in the NBA.
Good on the three-point shot. McLemore's got 6.
And that three-point shot from McLemore is just cash. Don't let this guy get free from the perimeter.
From deep three-point range, Livingston no luck. Outside Jackson, McLemore. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed. 8 points for him.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with a pass.
And so it's the Golden State Warriors having no problems at all. Up 29 points heading into the next quarter. And with as many three-pointers as they've drained, it's easy to see why they're on the cusp of a blowout. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, it's also called making a good read, understanding where everyone is and taking full advantage. Fantastic.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. Jackson is out there with Zach Randolph. Then it's Ben McLemore. Then there's Davis, and it's Farrell in at the guard position. That's the 5 out there for the Kings. Here's Sacramento. The it came to a big man's responsibilities, you helped pave the way for so much change in that regard. But what are some of the big C-Web now doing that weren't done when you were playing?
I don't know, Kevin, if it was anything that they weren't doing, but it's the freedom to do it with consistency. So even if we talk about a Larry Bird, who only could shoot maybe a 3.5 a game, let's just round it up to 2 a game. Now, what if Larry Bird had the freedom to shoot 10 threes a game like guys do now? And so I think that the game has caught up with players' skill set as opposed to the skill set catching up with players' game. So no longer are you held to being a big man. Now you can be a basketball player. Being a basketball player for Dirk Nowitzki is much better than him being a big man. Dirk Nowitzki, being a basketball player that he is, means that he is a threat wherever he is on the floor, because he's not just limited to a 2-foot box space there in the post. And for defenders like myself, I would much rather Dirk Nowitzki have to stay 2 feet in the post than to be able to shoot the ball whenever, wherever he wanted to. Because I tell you what, now you got a problem, because he can knock it down from anywhere and everywhere that he wants to.
And every move he makes looks like the right one at this point.
Well, he's extremely accurate here, coming down the stretch, trying to see if he can close this one out.
Fires, high post, and another basket for Golden State.
That's a tough size matchup there, and he takes advantage of it from mid-range.
For Sacramento, they've gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. Here's Cook, and he banks in the layup. King shooting an almost unfair 78% from the field. And McLemore kicks to Jackson. No good on that one. And Golden State will come the other way. Here's Cook. Knocks down the 3 ball.
And they're just living beyond the arc here, really the entire fourth quarter.
And you have to like this. Why? Because it's helping them space the floor, which can create other opportunities.
Passes it to Goofus. The call will go against Uretka. That's his first foul. Sacramento making some changes. This here comes in for Goofus, and it's Buddy Hield in for Jackson. The Warriors also with a sub. Kevon Looney is checked in for Jordan Bell. Here's Cook. Again, Golden State. There's 1:40 left to play here in the fourth. Here's Farrell. The dish to McLemore. Inside to halt the run, and it's laid in by Labissiere.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Warriors.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Steph Curry.
You have to focus on the steals he came up with. They were huge factors in the end result.
Out of bounds, Sacramento takes possession. And the Warriors making a change here. Bell's checked in.
Let's go.
And here's Farrell. He'll bring it up for the Sacramento Kings. Fires for 3. But they get it back. Golden State's gone 4-6 from beyond the arc in the fourth quarter so far. And he dunks it down.
Yeah, with this lead, that's probably going to do it. Fans heading for the exits.
Wow, this is just a huge road win. These guys banded together. Just an awesome performance.
The Kings have gotten just under 45% of their attempts to drop in the fourth. 4 of 9. And Yogi Ferrell, the undrafted Indiana product, went undrafted after staying all 4 years in Bloomington, but he has shown, Greg, to be a very strong player.
Yeah, and Ferrell is the perfect example of why you give a 4-year player a chance. Knows how to make the most of his time on the floor. I think he could start for a team, maybe be the 6th man, lead the second unit, play off the guard. He is just such a versatile player, and leaving nothing to chance here on this game-clinching run.
Yeah, that offense shifted into high gear. I love the attack mindset.
And the call will be against Sean Livingston. So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus, and we'll go to the line to shoot 2. Buddy Hield grew up in a tough area in the Bahamas. Didn't have a lot of things the rest of us all take for granted.
Yeah, he slept in a room with all 6 of his siblings. At the crack of dawn, he'd tiptoe over them. I mean, think about this. To make sure he got to school on time, he had to be the first in his kitchen to boil water for his bath. I mean, what a story. It shows you where he came from. It also shows you what he's about.
And that's good stuff from him. Nice touch.
And it's Sacramento's ball. There's McLemore, and he lays it straight in.
Oh, and the handles from McLemore, just beautiful to watch. He really is a master at putting the D on skates.
Evans, that's a 2-pointer, and it's good, assisting on the play with Livingston.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
Farrell kicks to Hield. And the foul called on Skal Labissiere. That is his first foul of the game.
That's his first personal foul, first team foul.
Here's Livingston from beyond the arc and then some.
And how about the consistency from range tonight? Really impressive.
That's because he's finding his spots. No hesitation. You can sense his confidence.
And there's the foul. It's on Quinn Cook. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line.
And that was the last thing they needed. Now the clock is stopped, and they put them on the line.
The first free throw is good. And so he makes both from the line. So we see the Warriors taking the game here. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in and just cruise to the kind of win they did tonight.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Chris Webber, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. And we'll see you next time.